Hey peeps, welcome back to Snail TV. So obviously this week we are working on the boat. In contact at the moment with Fuel Tech. So back and forth. Had probably about an hour on it tonight, setting up all the sensors, setting everything up. Everything's working, everything's going well. So we cranked it over. Everything looking good. RPM is great. Everything else. So yeah, just been told we'll take the plugs out, clean them up, let them sit overnight, charge battery up. And we'll go for fire up tomorrow night. So yeah, so that's where we're at today. So that's okay. So I'm really happy that everything's going well with the Fuel Tech there. Can control everything I wanted. So yeah, that's awesome. Also we are on the cart as well. So we're back and forth a couple of things. I got some bearings today. So I've actually got the wheels actually on and brakes actually mounted. Didn't film it because it's a bit fidgety, so I didn't know how exactly we're gonna get at that. So also called into the local place to get some fittings. So we've got a heap of fittings here. So a heap of weld on fittings. I really want to do, I have got an idea. I'll just take you through the idea that I've got at the moment. So obviously there's a couple of breather pipes. All right, so I'll take you through. So we've got both crankcase breathers here, 1 and 2. This one here I've turned around. They were both facing back ways. So what I'm thinking is facing both this way. Put a dash fitting on the end there. And then it's just because we're going to have a tank somewhere, you know. So instead of that, what I was thinking was actually running it into the frame and letting it actually breathe outside. So I'm going to cut that one off and move this out the way. Should just flex out, and then we're gonna die grind a big hole, re-weld it up so then it actually breathes out there. Okay, and so yeah, so what we're gonna do is actually gonna put the crankcases, we're actually gonna weld some dash fittings on the actual frame itself. I just thought it would just be a cool idea, something different. So yeah, we're just gonna dash fitting, and then we're actually gonna unite, like, you know, there to there pretty much. Exactly the same on the other side. I think it's gonna look pretty nice like that. And also then we can do it exactly the same to this one down here, the actual well, the main breather, gearbox breather. So we're gonna just put a dash 10 on this one. This is very small actually, so I'm thinking about dash 10. And same thing, bottom here, bottom corner. I don't want to put it here because then you're going to hit it, won't take an engine out. And then none of these are going to be in the way. So and then we come in like a 90 out, and then straight to it in this side here, we actually have it welded on the frame rail. Obviously then when it gets powder coated and that, yeah, everything will look nice. So that's what I'm thinking, guys. Really excited about that. I've got some 2-6s for the fuel rail as well. So we have to weld them on as well, and a couple other things as well. What was it? There's a couple other more fittings, they'll come to me in a second. So yeah, really excited about that. Obviously boat is going. Really want to get it started first before I go any further with anything else, but I'm pretty keen on that so far. Things are looking pretty good. As I said, all the sensors are working on the boat. I'll take you over here. Alright, so we managed to get a bit more work done on the fascia panel. So we've got it all bulked up, all looking pretty nice of how it looks. I've got the screen out, turned off at the moment. You can see it's plugged in at the back there. So what I'm thinking is I've actually got a also, because I've been talking to Fuel Tech, these have obviously with closed loop boost controls, they have the nano display, and also they hook up straight into it and obviously tune by there. You've got to realize this is a jet boat, so when I'm out in the water there's not going to be much you know, play with the laptop sort of thing. So if I had a closed loop, set the parameters then, and then head out, and everything will tune itself pretty much. So I've actually got one of those coming, and I've now need to make sure it's going to fit up top. They are very small, so I'm pretty sure it should fit there, no worries. If not, I'll mount it somewhere else. It's just that I should have actually mounted that just a tad lower so I could have more space, but I'm pretty sure that I've got enough space there. So I'm not going to do any more work to it yet, just in case. And then yeah, we're gonna put that in there, and obviously it's all going to be all closed loop, and it's going to be tuning itself when I go out there. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. So really impressed with that. So at the moment we've just got all the coils out, got the plugs all out, and they're here all cleaned up, ready to go. Laptop's been hooked up to it and everything's working, so really happy with that. As I said, all the parameters are set, sensors are all working, TPS is calibrated, yada yada yada. Yeah, everything there is all working. So really happy with that. Just got to set up the boost controller when we go a little bit further, but that's just a later on thing. That's okay. All right guys, so enough chitter chatter, let's get a couple of things welded on. Let me show you exactly what I was thinking about on the booster, on the half a booster. So yeah, I've got a few things happening at the moment, a few different projects, and obviously main thing is the boat obviously at the moment, but because I've got parts already ordered for the half a booster, I just want to knock them off when they come in, that's all. And I was just in the area today, so I just thought I'd pick up some parts to weld on so we can get them all done. Yeah, so let's get it done. Stop. Alright guys, as you see, just ticked everything up. Quickly just popped all the fuel rail back on and the breathers. So yeah, let's take a look. First off, obviously the top breathers. As I said, they're going to be dashed out and they're going to be put to probably a dash fitting on the top. I'll just quickly grab some dash fittings, I'll show you. Alright, so as you can see, dash 8, and all I'm thinking is something like that. Alright. Welded on there obviously, and then that there can go and pretty much breathe in the whole pipe. So if it wants to let some out, then it'll just spray it down and it'll go all inside the pipe, which is safe. Big drag cars do it as well. I was going to do it on my drag car, but yeah, it just got a bit far on the build when I wanted to do it. Yeah, so some really big builders do it on a lot of cars. But yeah, if I can use that as a breather, then yeah, really happy with that. It'll let it out at the back as well, so yeah, happy with that. Obviously, just got to make sure that the rear doesn't block up. I've got another couple other ways that I'm going to do as well. What I'm thinking of is to not have it actually in the center, so actually have it joint in there and drill a hole and have it joint and actually have a filter as such. If I do, if I don't, it doesn't matter, it will still go at the back. But just a couple other ideas there as well. So yeah, so that's first things. All right, so we've got them done, and then come down here, and then we got the dash 10 welded on the bottom. All right, and obviously that's going to be the same thing of actually having it on the actual chassis as well. And then yeah, big thing is actually having a an in and out on the actual fuel rail. Just had to space it out just a tad more, and as you can see, they work absolutely perfect. Got it on a 45, and the fuel lines will just pretty much just hug, and I reckon that looked real nice. So happy with that. As I said, they're gonna be happy with that. I've just got to make up this water thing. So I've got a couple of ideas. One of my mates suggesting just do pretty much like a bleed port up top. An idea, but I just want to see what else we can come up with first. Yeah, we'll see. So as I said, the biggest problem is having a radiator cap in front of my face. I don't like that situation. If it wants to go at any time, then obviously I'm going to cop it all. So the only other thing is to get a screw on cap, and then there's no way that thing can actually pop off. So I'm liking that sort of idea if I went that route. Yeah, well, a couple other things that we got to have a look first. So this is going to be pretty much filler. Obviously the one on the radiator itself is going to be welded up. It's just going to be a heat exchanger, and that one on the top there will be, as you can see, what I done on my booster was we welded a neck on the highest point, and this is just done absolutely no problems, no overheating. I'm really happy with it. It's just pretty much a Honda Civic radiator. Only reason why I've just used Honda Civic, not because, you know, I do Honda Civics, but it's just because you're really cheap. They're like 150 bucks or whatever it was with a fan. So you can't really, you know, yeah, that's just what it is. So, but I'm pretty happy with that. If we, yeah, do a filler neck somewhere and actually have a screw cap, then there's another option as well. So, another possibility there. So just let me know a couple other ideas, guys, before I start making everything finalized. Still gonna need to get some clamps. I'll get some clamps maybe tomorrow, and I'm waiting on my V-band fitting there. I'm really liking the setup so far. I've got a really good idea for the manifold. I'll wait till the headers come, so they're on their way. They got sent there. Unfortunately, they were a week away, one of the bike stores or whatever they were, where I ordered it from. So they'll be here, I'm hoping this week sometime. Yeah, so obviously we are 100% on the boat this week, but when parts come, I'm just knocking these things out. So another part I'll show you in a second. So yeah, we're just gonna pretty much wire it right there, all right? Straight like that. As I said, it misses the column. It looks real nice like that. I'm just going to wait obviously till the V-band clamp comes so we can weld it to it, and then coming out each sides, and all I'm thinking is something like out the side. All right, that's all I'm thinking is 2 pipes on the outside coming up, and exactly the same as this one, just enough just so it gets away from the face on whoever's actually on this thing, myself or whoever. As I said, this is going to be a 2-seater, so it's going to be a bit of a fun ride. And yeah, so exhaust that there, manifold I'll talk about that when I get the headers. But most dash fittings are all done. I've just got to get radiator sorted. I'm going to get that. I've still got to get obviously rear axle, radiator sorted, and also this filler neck. So really need to make that something up. So if I do a screw cap, I know it's going to be 100% okay, and it won't come off. So I'm thinking maybe that. So I don't need to be too high. Obviously, the highest point is, I think it's around about the top of the cylinder head there. It's like just there pretty much. The rest of it's all valve train. And so, yeah, I can literally have it like flush mounted here or over here somewhere. So we'll see. You know, something like that, just like a nice filler neck there, filler cap, will look nice, I reckon. Just not in the way of the TPS. There's nothing else that goes there, but if I yeah, have a nice neck and then have it like elbowed down and actually have a the bit where everything goes in down there somewhere. So we'll see. So we'll sort that out ASAP. Got a couple other things as well. I'm going to change my bearing that I quickly made up on the front here. I've got actually a bearing carrier. So and none of this is welded. It's all just tacked and ready. I just made that up quickly just so I can actually start positioning the suspension. Positioning all the steering. So I've actually got a proper bearing carrier, and that, I reckon that would look really nice on the front there. So yeah, really happy with the front brakes. Got them at a good price, and still need to do the stabilizer bar at the front. All right, yeah, everything's looking pretty good. I can't wait to get the manifold happening when the headers come. And yeah, not more parts on this thing, so I'm really happy with that. Just want to get rid of a couple of parts that are laying around here, that's all. So as I said, I got a few 2.5 inch pipe, so that's why I'm going to make a twin sort of a side pipes at the side, just dump it out. Yeah, so any more ideas, peeps, let me know. As I said, this is going to be pretty much a off-roader, just an off-roader quad. You know, it's just going to tear it up pretty much. So really happy that it's going to keep it as 2 seats, so I can actually take some people for a ride, my son, and also, you know, mates and whatnot. So yeah, as I said, the booster is crazy enough, but I can't take anyone with me, unfortunately. So that's just the way it is. But yeah, I've got some parts coming this week anyway. Obviously, boat is rocking and rolling at the moment. So within the next couple of days, I'm hoping to get it started and running correctly. And obviously, I'll get my wideband. I'm going to get that installed. So then when it's out in the water, we can actually get it tuning. So really happy with that. So yeah, I'll leave it off, guys. Obviously, just a bit of jibber jabbing, just a couple of little parts and pieces, but thought I'll let you know what's going on. So yeah, guys, thanks very much, guys, for like, subscribing. If you haven't, please go do so. Just helps me out anyway. Helps me do some more crazier builds. I've got some good more builds in the future ready to go. I've got so many ideas in this head, but obviously I'm getting things happening and finishing up, so yeah, everything's going well. Roll races all silly, still happening, but obviously everything's on the boat at the moment. But yeah, so I hope you're liking the builds, guys. Hope you're liking the craziness. I've only got more to come, and better projects to come as well. Doggy nose. Alright, guys, I'll leave it on that. Thanks very much for like, subscribing, and I'll see you on the next video. See you, peeps.